fight, you know, obviously Brock was such a huge draw, and now that, you know, people see a guy like Shane as a legitimate threat to beat him, do you think that that fight can be one of those mega main events, or is Shane still need to win a few more to, and I know he's getting the next shot, but I mean to become the kind of draw?
Listen, Shane finished Fran Mir quickly tonight. Let me tell you what, there isn't a person in this room or watching on television that wasn't blown away by Fran Mir's last performance. If you thought Fran Mir was going to win the fight, you said, yeah, he'll probably beat Czech Congo. You didn't think he was going to drop him in the stand-up. Nobody expected that to happen. He dropped him, went over and submitted him. Fran Mir looked unstoppable. He was in great shape. Shane Carwin went in tonight to stop him easily. Easily finished Fran Mir tonight. In the first round, just like all his other fights, and you're out of your mind if you don't think that Shane has a chance against Broc Lesnar. Yeah, no, I think it's a very big fight. Listen, the fact that Broc Lesnar's back, I think, you know, he's one of the, I was just saying, a lot of people will cheer, you know, George St. Pierre when he's fighting against America. It doesn't matter what country we're in, Broc Lesnar's getting booed. And I think that a lot of people are excited that he's back. Even if you don't like him, for a little while there, we all had to sit around and go, whoa, imagine if Broc Lesnar is not in the heavyweight division anymore. Imagine if this guy goes away. That would have sucked. And I think a lot of people are happy that he's back, and this is a real heavyweight fight with two real heavyweights that deserve to be there. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be big.
George, you've talked about some things that you wanted to improve, and I know obviously great fighters want to improve every time they come out. But do you think a week from now you'll see some positives in this fight, apart from the fact you won by some lopsided scores? Do you think you'll see more positives out of this performance?
I see positive thing. Like, to tell you the truth, before I step into the octagon, I always make a prayer. I pray for, because we all have families, we all have people that we love and that love us. So I always make a prayer to God to protect me and to protect my opponent, no matter what happens. I want to win, but I don't want to. I want we both be safe after the fight. You know, nobody get really badly injured. You know, like I want to knock out or submission, but I don't want nobody get really like paraplegic or like, you know, a bad injury. You know what I mean? So this a good thing about this fight is that I win and I'm okay. Dan Hardy is okay, and that's all right. I'm not injured. Like my last fight, I finished. I had an injury to the adductor muscle. Now I'm going to be able to train in a couple of days. It's going to be perfect.
Est-ce que vous pouvez parler un peu en français de ce soir?
Oui, la chose positive que je retiens pour ce combat-là est que j'ai fini le combat avec aucune blessure parce que avant chaque combat, je fais une prière pour que Dieu me protège et protège aussi mon adversaire en cas d'éventualité et en cas de blessure grave. Et je suis content que le combat s'est terminé sans aucune grave blessure et que j'ai gagné le combat.
Leading into this fight, you described yourself as a martial artist, and you also said that Dan Hardy was not. Is there...
I changed my mind after the fight.
But would you describe anyone else in your division as a martial artist, a true martial artist?
It's a martial artist for me. It's somebody that brings the mentality of martial art into his everyday life. I'm a martial artist because I have a self-discipline and I have a respect that I bring in everyday life. What I do it, and I'm also aware I have an impact on a lot of people. So the way I behave, it's related to the fundamental basic of martial art that I've been raised with.
But does all that help you in the octagon? And is there anyone else in your division that you would say that you would classify also as a martial artist?
You know, I think that there's a lot of fighter. A lot of people make martial art like boxing, but sometimes they're all mixed martial artists in a way, but sometimes they don't come with the mentality. But I believe like a lot of people are martial artists, you know, like I truly believe all the great fighters are martial artists. You need to be a martial artist to be be champion. Otherwise, you don't have if you don't have those fundamental base in your mind, you're not gonna go far in the sport. You know, it's not only a brawl. You know, you don't go there and fight like somebody who doesn't. You know, it's not like you flip a coin and you go with punch, and there is a science between the fighting. It's only fighting. That's what makes the difference between us and a brawler. Like, you know, sometimes we say, oh, you know, that there are some people, they say, oh, I'm gonna brawl. They say that, but they're not really going to brawl. They're thinking fighter. You know, you don't get into the UFC without being like a martial artist, without being a good martial art expert. You know, you don't even step into the octagon without being a mixed martial art expert. So everybody, like the way they talk, the way they promote the fight, but everybody's in a way a martial artist. You know, even though some doesn't behave like some. If everybody would have been a nice guy, it would be quite boring. You need some guy that the people will like, some people will hate. You know, hate me, love me, but don't ignore me. You know, that's the mentality.